All right, this is problem number 8 from the lines, parallel lines and perpendicular lines activity that we worked on the other day. And we are given this situation, we're actually given this weirdly shaped trapezoid, which was poorly drawn by me. They paid me to teach math, not to draw art, so I apologize. So I'm going to start off with what they tell me, or my given, if you remember us talking about that in proofs. So I'm given that if PS, I did not label this, so I need to restart this video probably. If PS, we have QRSP. I'm not going to actually restart it. QRSP. Okay. If PS is parallel to QR, so that's saying if PS is parallel to QR, right here. Did I write those backwards? SP? No, I wrote that back. So if PS, okay, now we're good. If PS is parallel to QR, so I have that right now, two parallel lines right there. We need to find the angle RSP. RSP is 1 RSP, so I'm really looking for what this measure of the angle is, okay? So that is our final goal. We want to know what is, we know we're not done until we find RSP equals something, okay? So again, just like all the problems that we're doing, we're going to look for some combination of these angles to start off with to help us out, okay? So if I'm looking at this, I would probably, the first thing I'd see is I see my two parallel lines and I see my transversal, okay? I only have to deal with one transversal in this problem. Actually, there's two transversals. Sorry, I see this big transversal and I see this transversal. And actually, there's one over here, but there's no information, so we're not going to worry about it. I'm going to start off with this transversal. And I see that there are two angles interior of the parallel lines on opposite sides, on alternate sides of the transversal. So that means that these two angles, this one and this one right here, these two, the ones with the Y's, are congruent to each other because we know that alternate interior angles are congruent to each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that 8y minus 13, that angle is congruent to this angle that's 5y plus 14. So I'm going to write that down. So I'm going to say that 8y minus 13 is congruent or equal to 5y plus 14. Okay? Once I get here, we're going to do what we've been doing. We're going to start by solving for y. I'm going to add 13 to both sides. Get 8y equals 5y plus 27. I'm going to subtract 5y and move it over here. So if I subtract 5y from 8y, that leaves me with 3y equals 27. And dividing 27 and 3y by 3 gives me y equals 9. Okay? So now I know what y is. Okay, so I'm going to actually do that and plug these into the equation. So I'm going to plug these into both angles. So if y equals 9, I know that 8 times 9 is 72. Minus 13 is going to give me 59. So this angle is 59. 59. Which means that logically, this angle should be 59 up here if they are, in fact, alternate interior angles. And if we want to check, we can do 5 times 9 is 45. 45 plus 14 gives me 59. So I'm in a good spot. So I'm happy with where I am. My math is checking out so far. So I know that this is 59 degrees as well. Okay? Now what am I going to do? I see here, so this is going to throw back to problem number 6 actually. I see an angle right here and then a split angle here. So I see this angle right there. I'm looking, does this have a corresponding angle? Not really, because the corresponding angle would actually be up here if this line continued. Does it have an alternate interior angle? The alternate interior angle would be over here, because it would be on the other side of this transversal. Does it have an alternate exterior angle? No, it doesn't have an alternate exterior angle because there's nothing on this side that we know about, so we're not going to worry about that. Does it have a same side interior angle? So actually, yes, it does. On the same side of this line, and interior to the parallel lines, we actually have this really big angle now, okay? So the combination of these two angles right here forms the same side interior angle to this one. That means that this whole big angle right here is actually just this angle plus this angle. So I know that the big angle right there is going to be actually 3x plus 59, or 59 plus 3x, whichever order you'd like. Okay, so I know that the measure of this big angle right here is 3x plus 59, and I know that that is a same side interior angle to this one. Right here, they're on the same side, and they're both interior of the two parallel lines. Knowing that, so same side interior angles are actually not congruent, they are supplementary, so they're going to add up to 180. So I know that the way that I transfer that into algebra is saying that I know that this angle plus this angle should give me 180. That's the definition of supplementary, and that's what it means when they're same side interior angles. Okay, so if I know that this one, 2x plus 1, and this one plus this one are supposed to add up to 180, I'm going to write it like this. So 2x plus 1 is one angle, 3x plus 59 is my second angle. I'm going to add them together. And if I add them together, they should give me 180. That is what our same side interior angle theorem tells us. So once I do this, I can actually take the parentheses away and I'm going to combine like terms. So I'm going to add up all my x's and all my normal numbers. So I get 2x plus 3x is 5x. I have 1 plus 59 is 60. And I have equals 180. Nothing happens to the 180 yet. I want to get x by itself, so I'm going to subtract 60 from both sides. 180 minus 60 is 120. And when I do this, I have a 5x, and I want to get x by itself, so I'm just going to divide everything by 5. And this should give me, what should it give me? It should give me 24, I believe. Yeah, it should give me 24. So I know that x equals 24. So I found y, I found x. Am I done? No, I'm not, because I was actually looking for the measure of angle RSP here, and I haven't actually found that yet, but I can find it pretty easily. So I know that the measure of angle RSP is just 2x plus 1, okay? So this is equal to 2x plus 1. I know what x is already now, so now I can finish this problem just by substituting x into my equation. I'm going to get 2 times 24. 2 times 24 is 48, plus 1, 49. And we have found that the measure of angle RSP is 49 degrees. And we have finished our problem.